Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. Hazleton City Police were called to the 110 block of South Pine Tree Road for a domestic dispute Sunday night and arrested this man, Jose Ortiz. The victim explained to police that during an argument with their husband, Ortiz allegedly turned on a gas stove and left the house with people still inside. Officers quickly located the source of the gas and turned it off before evacuating the home and calling the Hazleton City Fire Department. Ortiz was found in the backyard and taken into custody. He is charged with criminal attempt and causing or risking catastrophe. A judge denied bail, and he is currently in the Luzerne County Correctional Facility. One person is dead and 2 others are injured after a crash on Route 61 in Schuylkill County. It happened Sunday around 4:00 p.m. at the Center Turnpike intersection with Market Street. Pennsylvania State Police say a southbound vehicle struck another that had stopped in the left lane of Route 61. The crash killed 58-year-old Eduard Barcenas Monsada of Shenandoah. He was checking under the hood of his vehicle at the time of the accident. A passenger in the disabled vehicle was also taken to the hospital. The Hazleton City Police Department's Internal Affairs Division is investigating one of its officers after an incident at Hershey Park Stadium. Officer James M. Shaw was cited and fined for public drunkenness by Derry Township Police on September 7th. He was attending a Falling In Reverse concert and off duty at the time. Shaw's wife was also charged with disorderly conduct and public drunkenness. Police report that Nicole Shaw bit a man and struck him in the face, scratched another person in the neck, and fought with stadium security as they tried to remove her. She is scheduled for a preliminary hearing on October 7th. The Hazleton City Police Department says investigation is being treated with urgency and that any disciplinary steps will follow both the department's policy and the law. A Plymouth man has been charged for sexually assaulting a woman in front of her 4 children back in 2024. Police responded to a call at a home on Marcy Street in Larksville on July 4, 2024 for a report of assault. According to the charging documents, Shaki Dante Byram L., age 46, met the victim at a neighbor's house and helped carry her 3-year-old home. Byram L. left the home and allegedly broke in hours later through a kitchen window. The woman's older sons heard a knock at the woman's door, and when she opened it, Byram L. was there. The intoxicated woman told police that she does not remember much, but does remember being in pain during the assault. The 10-year-old called the woman's ex-husband for help, and upon arriving at the house, Byram L. was already gone. Police soon arrived at the scene, and the victim was taken to Wilkes-Barre General Hospital to collect DNA evidence. A judge arraigned Byram L. on charges Tuesday morning, and he was released on a $25,000 unsecured bail. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for October 7th. The Briar Creek Township Police Department is asking the public's help to find this man. Jeremy Carlton Coaster is wanted for 1 count of corruption of minors. He is a 24-year-old white man, 5 feet 10 inches tall, 210 pounds with brown hair and hazel eyes. If you have seen this person or know of his location, contact Briar Creek Township Police at 570-759-0354. A Scranton man has pled guilty in Luzerne County Court to stalking women in Edwardsville and Wilkes-Barre Township. 50-year-old Jeffrey John Hergert admitted to a single misdemeanor stalking charge, avoiding additional stalking and harassment counts as part of a plea deal. Investigators say Hergert targeted at least 5 women at Planet Fitness in Edwardsville and Crunch Fitness near the Wyoming Valley Mall last year. In 2012, Hergert served prison time for stalking a woman in Wilkes-Barre. He also faces similar charges in several other states across the country. Hergert remains behind bars on a $300,000 bail and will be sentenced in early November. Coming up on WYLN News, a Hazleton theater is closing after over 100 years in business. Plus, representatives gathered to talk about the future of Penn State and Hazleton. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton's emergency room team. Your experts in any emergency. When emergencies happen, minutes and expertise count. Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton is now part of Jefferson Health.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, fresh from the farm, everyday heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A historic theater in West Hazleton is closing its doors after more than a century of showing movies. The Hersker Theater, which first opened in 1914, has gone through several changes over the years, from ownership transitions to name changes. Most recently, it was known as the Cinema and Draft House Theater and has been in business for the past 2 decades. On Sunday, the owners announced that after 23 years of service, they will be shutting their doors. They cited challenges faced during the COVID-19 pandemic as the primary reason for their decision to sell the building. Residents in the area expressed their sadness, reminiscing about the memories made inside the theater. They will remember the good times of sitting on a comfortable seat, eating popcorn, and watching movies with friends and family. It was considered a positive morning for state representatives, state senators, and Penn State. PA State Senators Dave Argall and Linda Schlegel-Culver and Representatives Dane Watrow and Jamie Walsh all hosted the event, The Future of Penn State Hazleton. During the event, the hosts got to discuss the campus's growth initiatives, following the campus being saved from a possible closure in February. Speakers in attendance included campus students, educators, organization leaders, and government officials like Mayor Jeff Cassat. We spoke with Senator Dave Argall about his overall thoughts on the event.
We're talking about the future of Penn State Hazleton. We're thrilled with the fact that the Board of Trustees has agreed to allow this campus not just to survive, but to grow in the future. And so I was joined by Senator Culver, Representative Walsh, Representative Watrow, and a lot of people from the community with some really good ideas on how we can build this forward. More students, more programs, more degrees in the future. I think people are very, very glad that Penn State Hazleton will be allowed to grow in the future. That's a very big deal for the people of this community.
We had a word with Representative Dane Watrow, who has a strong opinion about the big turnout.
Yeah, we had over 5 dozen people here today. I'm super excited. Good feedback. It looks like a relationship's going to start forming with the Hazleton Area School District and Penn State. I'm glad to see representatives here from main campus, Penn State. We're all putting our heads together. 4 legislators here, Penn State personnel, along with the school district and community involvement such as the Hazleton Chamber. So it was a great meeting, great discussion, and looking to see great things happen here and relationships start building. So we're never faced with a potential closure in the future. The hope that I have is to build those relationships and have a pathway for our students in our local school districts here in Penn State Hazleton.
Senator Linda Culver also shared her hopes for the future of Penn State Hazleton.
So my overall hope for this, from this meeting, is that we get more youth involved at the table while we're trying to decide how do we, make the university integrate more with our workforce, with businesses here, with students here, with the tremendous growth that they have seen here. How do we make that happen? And the only way we're going to do that is if we have folks around the table from all ages, from all agencies, from private foundations, private business, to make sure, along with the university, that we are meeting the needs of this community, that it is going to continue to grow and this area thrives.
After finding an on-campus worker who truly loves and respects the school, we spoke with Interim Regional Chancellor Darrell Johnson about his thoughts on the current results.
It was a great discussion. It's never easy when you open up a floor to people that want to provide feedback. Sometimes it can be taken personally. I really enjoy that type of frank conversation as somebody who has been on the academic side of higher ed for about 16 years. It is nice to see that feedback, to see ways to improve, ways to continue expanding quality of your service. And I thought today's feedback was an exceptional first step in moving on with this fall semester, but also with the academic year.
The event was held this morning at the Penn State Hazelton Costos building. A Wilkes University football player is facing charges after allegedly assaulting a reporter during a post-game altercation. Defensive back Ryan Opperman is accused of hitting the phone out of a Citizens Voice reporter's hands following the September 6th game between Wilkes University and King's College. Both teams were lining up to shake hands when a fight broke out between players. While staff and players were attempting to stop it, a sports reporter from Citizens Voice approached the scene and pulled out their phone to record the disturbance. According to reports, Opperman rushed at the reporter, knocked their cell phone out of their hand, and kicked it away, saying no video to the reporter and cursed at them. On Monday, Wilkes University police issued citations for Opperman, charging him of harassment and disorderly conduct. A new police academy is coming to Luzerne County Community College in Nanticoke. The Pennsylvania Municipal Police Officers Education and Training Commission recently gave LCCC the green light to launch an Act 120 Municipal Police Academy. That training is required for anyone seeking to become a police officer in the state of Pennsylvania. Sources say the effort has strong support from police and local leaders, and a major step in preparing well-trained officers to serve communities across northeastern Pennsylvania. The program is designed to ease the state's police shortage and give local residents easier access to training. The academy will operate out of the college's Public Safety Training Institute. The 170th Bloomsburg Fair is coming up, and it starts this Friday, September 19th, and runs until the 27th, the following Sunday. The gates open at 2 o'clock p.m. and close at 10 o'clock p.m. opening day, but every day after that they open at 7 o'clock a.m. and close at 10 o'clock p.m. There is a special $3 admission on opening day for ages 13 and up, and it increases to $8 for the rest of the fair, unless indicated. All children 12 years old and younger get free admission. Parking costs $5. The fair will host many food vendors and small businesses from the area and is hoping to thrive in attendance as they look to top last year's total of 398,214 fairgoers. There will be entertainment at a free stage, which includes Uptown Band, Brad Comedy Hypnotist, and Tim Johnson Band. There will also be shows at the Wise Grandstand featuring Dustin Lynch, Ludacris, and comedian Jeff Dunham. Those events do require an additional ticket. The Columbia County 4-H Mounted Drill Team will perform their choreographed shows on horseback in the large arena. The drill team consists of 22 members ranging from ages 8 to 19 years old. Coming up on Freeland's News Choice, it's Trooper Talk Tuesday with Pennsylvania State Trooper Anthony Petrosky. Plus, WYLN historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with part 2 of Lehighton. And stay right here in WYLN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cher's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazelton, 570-454-7229. Cher's is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
For better customer experience, visit Fairway Subaru in Hazelton. Fairway Subaru has been providing generations of customers with Subarus. With exceptional customer service they've come to expect. Check out our selection in person or at fairwaysubaru.com. Fairway Subaru, the right car, the right price, the right dealer.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Attention, WYLN viewers. WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to look at how a cold laser helped a chronically bad ankle to heal, and then proper chiropractic care got her back to be much stronger. So check in this week.
For a better customer experience, visit Fairway Subaru in Hazleton. Fairway Subaru has been providing generations of customers with Subarus. With exceptional customer service they've come to expect. Check out our selection in person or at fairwaysubaru.com. Fairway Subaru, the right car, the right price, the right dealer.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another segment of Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrowski, Trooper and Public Information Officer. Today I'm talking to you a little bit about vehicle safety, mainly on the interstates. So, when you're driving on the interstate, the number one thing you need to do is keep your eyes on the road. I know that sounds very obvious, but as a state trooper, I have to reiterate that all the time. Maintain eyes on the road. And the reason why is there's so many distractions. The main distraction is our cell phones. Now we know, as of April of this year, it is illegal to have your phone in your hand while you're driving a car or even stopped at a stoplight or red light. Now, it's like that for a reason. We want you to maintain your focus on the road at all times. If you need to utilize your phone, you need to pull over, put the vehicle in park, and then use your phone. Now, brings me to my next point. Vehicles parked on the side of the road, mainly the interstates. It's not illegal if you're pulling over because you have to change a tire or you have to use your phone or maybe check your directions. But we don't want you parking there for a long time because cars can veer off the road and there could be a crash. So if you do need to pull off the side of the road while you're on the interstate, please put your four-ways on, pull off the road in its entirety. Make sure that you are way over to the right of the fog line, nowhere near the road. Keep your four-ways on until you're back on the road and use your blinker when you're merging back into the lane. Now drivers, we have to understand that there are going to be vehicles possibly parked on the side of the interstate while we're driving. Again, maintain eyes on the road at all time and realize these vehicles are here in case you need to pull off to the road. Again, keeping our eyes on the road at all times will maintain safety not only for you as the driver, but for everybody else who are on the road. Let's keep these facts in check and let's remember the next time we're traveling to ensure safety for everybody on the roads. Thanks for tuning in for another Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'll catch you back here on WYLN.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Guys, do you realize what we're doing this season? Yeah. We've got the best deals. We've got the lowest price guarantees. We got enough inventory for everyone in Hazleton. And the season starts, and it's starting right now. Yeah! The lowest price guarantee. Yeah. Ow! Remember this, Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton GMC. We have the...
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow it's going to be cloudy.
Lehighton would be formally incorporated as a borough in 1861, and had already found a way to bring the community together a few years earlier with the premiere of the Great Lehighton Fair in 1858. Held in the grounds of today's Lehighton Area High School, the fair was in operation all the way through 1992, when it would evolve into today's Carbon County Fair. Among the earliest businesses in Lehighton after its founding were grist mills and tanneries. Other industries would eventually take hold as well. The Lehigh Stove Foundry and Manufacturing Company was an early example, begun in 1865 in the oldest building in town at the corner of Lehigh Drive and Main Lane. It would remain in operation until 1927. Joseph Obert, who began his time in Lehighton as a cabinet maker and grocer, began a slaughterhouse in 1867. Pigs and cow would be taken straight off the train and driven to the facility for processing. Although it burned down in 1875, Obert rebuilt it bigger than ever and continued processing its meat into the 1930s. Frederick Loikel began as a butcher, then branched out into banking. He and his son John built the Loikel Building, the biggest structure downtown, in 1894. The building still stands today as a dentist's office. And Benjamin Colton began as a confectioner, then expanded by buying out George Snyder's bakery in 1900, which proved a very profitable business for him. His wife Maria had also made a small fortune with her hat-making shop, and the two of them purchased much real estate in downtown Lehighton. Cigar factories were also a notable business in Lehighton. 5 of them operate in the borough at various times, including A.F. Diefendorfer's and I.S. Cuck's. Isborn Cuck, owner of the latter, would later get a chance to prove his worth as an amateur detective in 1900, when the body of a man was found in Packerton Yards, having drunk a fatal bottle of carbonic acid. From conversations with his customers while making business trips through the Lehigh Valley, Cuck was able to positively identify the victim as George J. Jones of Richmond Town, Bucks County. For the official officers of the law in Lehighton, the lookout for criminals in the community never ceased. Of course, in 1870, the police's suspicions would be heightened following a bank robbery in Wilkes-Barre. Soon after the crime, a quartet of men were seen hanging around Mance's hotel in a suspicious manner. Gossip soon spread about their possible involvement in the heist, and Constable John Weston decided to bring them in. When he and his men attempted to approach the suspects at the hotel, however, the presumed robbers drew their guns and escaped out the back of the hotel, swimming across the frigid Lehigh River in the middle of a February snowstorm. Weston quickly rounded up a posse and doubled around into the crooks on the other side of the river in Weissport, taking them into custody after a quick fight. The suspects were convicted and sentenced to 20 years in Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary, where they would all pass on. Rumors persisted around Lehighton for years afterwards about $30,000 in cash, bonds, and securities, perhaps buried in Packerton Dip east of Weisport. And in May 1906, 3 unfamiliar men came to town. That evening, they were seen digging over in Weisport. In the general area the loot was rumored to have been found. Gunshots would be heard overnight, and one of the men would be found shot dead in the site the following morning. The apparent buried loot, if it ever was there, was never found. Towards the end of the 1800s, several other landmark businesses would get their start in Lehighton. Fred Horlocker would open a bottling company on Bridge Street in the 1880s. He and his son George would eventually move their business to Allentown, and as the Horlocker Brewing Company would produce beer for the Lehigh Valley and beyond through 1978. Another business chose to remain in Lehighton, the Bayer Silk Mill, which opened in 1898 at Bridge and South 7th Streets. It would be the largest employer in Lehighton proper, with 264 workers at its peak. Owner Eugene Bayer was a third-generation member of a family of silk magnates from Paterson, New Jersey. Eventually, additional mills would open in both Berwick and Turbitville. The Lehighton Bayer Silk Mill closed in the 1970s. 1901 saw the Pan American Exposition open to guests in Buffalo, meant to be a showcase of American progress. Among the attendees at the Great Fair was Theodore Snyder, who had first come to Lehighton as a school principal and had stayed in town to become a wealthy solicitor and land developer. While at the fair, Snyder fell in love with the Michigan Pavilion, one of several pavilions that were sponsored by states across the country. The building, designed by Detroit's Lewis Camper at the cost of $10,000, was white with a green roof and featured a wide hall and luxurious parlors inside. Like almost all the buildings of the exposition, it was set to be auctioned off following the fair's end. Snyder knew very quickly that he wanted the building, and so, in October 1901, 1 month after William McKinley was assassinated by anarchist Leon Czolgosz inside the exposition's Temple of Music, Snyder, through his agent James Hurd, successfully bid $500 for the Michigan Pavilion. The building was dismantled and started arriving in Lehighton in pieces in early 1903. Snyder had the pavilion reassembled at the corner of 7th and Iron Streets, which was then still mostly a rural area. He renamed the building the Colonial Court Mansion, which soon earned plaudits as one of the most elegant homes in the entire Lehigh Valley. In addition to the mansion itself, the grounds also featured a pond, gardens, and a zoo with peacocks and deer. Theodore Snyder lived in the Colonial Court Mansion until his death on May 16, 1907. His widow Emma remained there until just before her own death in 1915. Their children leased the mansion to Charles and Phoebe Miller, who hoped to operate as a boarding house. These plans would come crashing down, however, on April 7, 1916, when the mansion caught on fire. Muddy roads and fire hydrants also clogged with mud prevented firefighters from being able to do anything to save the Colonial Court Mansion, which burned completely to the ground. A private residence now stands on the site. Only 2 other buildings from the Pan American Exposition still stand today. The New York Pavilion, which today houses the Buffalo History Museum on its original site, and the Wisconsin Pavilion, which is now a summer house in Ontario.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow it's going to be cloudy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35,